In its simplest, most concrete definition, the term classical refers to the Greek and Roman cultures that flourished in the Mediterranean from about 500 BCE to 500 CE. The Greeks left a legacy of sculptures carved from stone or cast in bronze to resemble, with powerful illusionism, beautiful living bodies, mostly nude, mostly male, dramatizing the exploits of gods and heroes. Greek architecture used systematic designs based on clear geometric forms, including round columns, rectangular spaces, and triangular compartments to make the building embody rational order and clear harmony. The Romans absorbed Greek artistic tradition but made it their own. They continued the Greek love of lifelike illusion, but Romans favored portraits of recognizable individuals with realistic flaws, not just the perfectly beautiful youth of Greek art. The Romans continued Greek architecture's systematic and logical structures, using repeated columns, but developing the curved arch for enhanced strength in large-scale engineering projects. When Mediterranean Europe Christianized from 500 to 1100, this ancient Greco-Roman tradition was eclipsed by a very different medieval Christian artistic style. Yet the old classical tradition never died, and in the Italian Renaissance of the 1400s and 1500s, it sprang back to life. The Renaissance is all about Italian artists, patrons, and thinkers embracing Greco-Roman art as the new standard, a rebirth of classicism. That's what Renaissance literally means. The classical past became the reference point, model, and highest authority for art and architecture. Raphael's famous painting school of Athens sums this up, with Plato and Aristotle at the center, leading a procession of great ancient thinkers such as Euclid and Pythagoras, all move gracefully through a perfectly measured space. In sculptural niches stand the ancient deities Apollo and Minerva. This painting is an imagined communion with the classical past, its perfection, harmony, beauty, order. That's the Renaissance. In the Renaissance, classicism meant studying ancient art deeply to fully understand and apply their knowledge from the past. So here is Leonardo da Vinci investigating the nude body as a system of proportions, using geometry and the measurement of parts to the whole, such as the hands to the chest, in order to create an ideal of bodily beauty. And here is the great Renaissance architect Brunelleschi, using Greek and Roman architectural classicism to create a space of great logical clarity, employing the vocabulary of columns and arches, but also using ancient systems of proportion to ensure the space is harmonious. One definition of classical is authoritative, and classical artistic tradition remained unquestionably authoritative throughout the Baroque and beyond. St. Peter's Cathedral is entirely made up of classical elements, yet it is so huge that it also pushes past the standard classical proportions. In the Baroque, art remains passionately wedded to classical tradition, but challenges the boundaries of it. Classicism informs Bernini's convincing proportions and anatomy, as he makes St. Teresa lifelike but idealized, with dainty features and graceful movements. On the other hand, Bernini also breaks away from classicism. Instead of the calm, reserved figures of the classical tradition, he gives us extreme emotion, animated motion, and an energetic waterfall of drapery. Annibale Carracci is known as an exemplary 17th century classicist. Here he makes Jesus Christ stride powerfully with an athlete's well-proportioned muscular body, as if Jesus were an ancient Greek athlete. St. Peter, startled and amazed, bends gracefully as a dancer to kneel in awe. By making the bodies so beautiful and elegant, Carracci enhances their sense of dignity and nobility. This painting is the opposite of dignified and noble. It's a Christian painting, yes, but the saint sprawls under a horse's hooves, about to be trampled. The buttocks of the horse are no classical vision. This is not harmony, balance, dignity, or rationality. It is raw, dangerous, unpredictable life, painted by Caravaggio, the notorious renegade who cut open the fabric of classical ideals.